Simple steps to create a website using PHP, HTML, and Bootstrap. Step 1. Set up your development environment. Install a web server like Apache or Nginx on your computer. Install PHP on your computer. Set up a database server, for example, MySQL, if you plan to use a database. Step 2. Create a new project folder on your computer for your website. Step 3. Start with the basic HTML structure. Create a new HTML file, for example, index.html, inside your project folder. Open the HTML file in a text editor. Add the HTML doctype declaration and the opening and closing tags. Inside the tags, add the and sections. Step 4. Include Bootstrap in your project. Download the Bootstrap framework from the official website or include it using a CDN, Content Delivery Network. Copy the Bootstrap CSS and JS files into your project folder. Inside the section of your HTML file, add the necessary link tags to include the Bootstrap CSS files. Before the closing tag, add the necessary script tags to include the Bootstrap JS files. Step 5. Design the layout of your website using Bootstrap classes. Use Bootstrap's grid system to create a responsive layout. Apply Bootstrap classes to elements to style them, e.g., buttons, forms, navigation menus, etc. Refer to the Bootstrap documentation for available classes and components. Step 6. Add dynamic functionality using PHP. Rename your HTML file to have a PHP extension, e.g., index.php. Add PHP code within the PHP tags, PHP, to handle dynamic content, form submissions, database interactions, etc. Use PHP to include headers, footers, or other reusable components on multiple pages using include or require statements. Step 7. Test your website locally. Start your local web server. Access your website through a web browser using the localhost URL, e.g., http localhost your project folder index.php. Make sure all the pages and functionality work as intended. Step 8. Deploy your website. Choose a web hosting provider that supports PHP. Upload your project files to the server using FTP or a file manager provided by your hosting provider. Configure any necessary server settings or permissions. Access your website using the domain or hosting URL. Script. Simple steps to create a website using PHP, HTML, and Bootstrap.